Hello, welcome to Into the Void, August 2nd, 2017. Uh, Once I get to going here, I'll uh, put you the link there if you want to join. Uh, so, uh, I talked last time about, the spirituality into the void and stuff like that, about that video I had watched uh, about that stuff, So, but today it'd be different every week. The topic, but it'll be along those lines, like I said. So, and about symbology of symbols, ancient symbols and stuff, and you know those kind of things. So it's fascinating to me. So, and then we can go from there. Um, Anyways, I'm gonna. Hey, Odin on Skype. Hello. Uh, Anyways, I figures never fails. Uh, Dean hadn't heard from him in a couple of days, and there he is. There. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna smoke, and then I'll get into my stuff. I got some stuff about some stuff up there. Anyway, so okay, my shit, it's messed up. Okay, that's better. Okay. I can't open the Skype now, so but, uh, anyways, okay. Hey to Jamer. Hello. There. Uh, I'm only been on like a minute or two, so uh, and like always, I'll put my links below. So when I'm done, so some wiki links and some other one or two other links. Anyway, uh, so, this is something that's close to my area. Uh, so it's the symbology of the serpent. Um, the Serpent Mound is in Ohio. Uh, so I'll show some wiki stuff about it and then everything. So no problem, maybe. I understand. That's cool. I came home this morning. I got up at like 4 this morning. I had to take him to work and shit, and come home and like 8 o'clock. I went and laid down to take a nap. I told the kids wake me up at 9:30. Guess what? They fell asleep too. So I woke up at 11. So kind of been behind all day since then. So yay. Um, so but anyways, um, like I said, I'm gonna get into that here in just a minute, and then I'll put the link there to join in the chat thingy. So, uh, so and like I was talking with Debbie and Bearcat, I'm gonna do more art stuff on my Rebecca Lynn channel. I had it linked on this page. I mean, on my Rebecca page, but I took it off and put something else. The New Earth channel. Anyway, but yeah, I'll be there, Rebecca Lynn. I'll try to find the link for that and put it in there. But I'll be doing more of the art stuff there. Uh, so try to keep it a little separate there. So maybe upload some of this stuff there eventually. I don't know. Anyway, so but anyways, I was going to be painting, but I thought keeping with the topic into the void, the spirituality stuff and how the symbology is everywhere, hidden, not really hidden in plain sight, I guess you could say. So anyways, I'll start with this here. I know it's wiki, but it's when it comes to this stuff, it's pretty much accurate on, give or take. You know what I'm saying? You can search deeper yourself there. So, like I said, this is something that's close to where I live, the Serpent Mound. So that's what I was thinking whenever I was thinking of something to talk about. I'm like, oh yeah, that's like, not even half a day away from here. So I've always wanted to go there. So here we go with this. Let me know if my sound goes to crap. Um, the serpent is one of the oldest and most widespread mythological symbols. It's derived from Latin, crawling animal or snake, serpents. They've been associated with some of the oldest rituals known to humankind and represent dual expression uh, of good and evil and dualism there. I'll just show this real quick. You probably know what it means anyway. It means, denotes the state of two parts. So there you go. Is that okay? In some cultures, snakes were fertility symbols. The Hopi people of North America performed a ritual to celebrate the union of snake youth and snake girl, an underworld spirit to renew the fertility of nature. During that, snakes were handled. There's some churches. Around 1070 CE. Most recent dating places Mound at around 300 BCE, once again suggesting Edina construction. Interesting. So it's the largest serpent effigy in the world, and it's 1,376 feet, extends and varies in height from less than a foot to more than 3 feet, conforming to the curve of the land on which it rests. with its head approaching a cliff above a stream. It winds back and forth for more than 800 feet and 7 coils and ends in a triple coiled tail. The serpent head has an open mouth extending around the east end of a 120-foot long hollow oval feature that may represent the snake eating an egg, though some scholars posit that the oval feature symbolizes the sun, the body of a frog, or merely the remnant of a platform. It could be any of them. So its extreme western feature is a triangular mound approximately 31.6 feet at its base and long axis. There are serpent effigies in Scotland and Ontario that are very similar. I'll have to look at that. Oh, it's a dead link. Anyway, I'll have to look them up too. Cool. Dating of the design, the original construction, and the identity of the builders are 3 questions still debated. Contemporary American Indians have an interest in the site, obviously. I know I do. I mean, that's really, like it said, it's the biggest one in the world. Serpent effigy. Several attributions have been entered by academic and philosophic and Native American concerns regarding all 3 of these unknown factors of when designed, when built, and by whom. Like it said, they proposed the Adena culture, members of the Adena culture, the Hopewell culture, or the 4th ancient culture. So it's still up for debate who did this. So and that's more about the cultures and stuff there. So I got these here too. So here's the Adena culture. Pre-Columbian Native American culture that existed from 1000 to 200 BC in a time known as the early woodland period. It refers to what were probably a number of related Native American societies sharing a burial complex and ceremonial system. The Adena lived in areas including parts of present-day Ohio, Indiana, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Kentucky, New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland. See, I'm right down here. So let's see, that's not too far away from me. That's like maybe a day at the most. So see there, it's the 200 scattered, 200 sites in Central Ohio Valley, and another 200 scattered throughout the other states there. Although they may have once numbered in the thousands, the importance of the Adena complex comes from its considerable influence on other contemporary and succeeding cultures. The Adena culture is seen as a precursor to the Hopewell, which are sometimes thought as an elaboration or zenith of Adena traditions. They were notable for their agricultural practices, pottery, artistic work, and extensive trading network, which supplied them with a variety of raw materials, ranging from copper from the Great Lakes to shells from the Gulf Coast. It was named for the large mound on Thomas Morganton's early 19th century estate called Adena. See, it's probably not even what they really were called. This is just what they are calling them. So, anyways, last messages are still seen in their substantial earthworks. So, prominent mounds. Here we go. There's a lot of this stuff around here too. Not of them. It's Cherokee mostly around here. So, there we go. It's really interesting stuff. Shamanism. Although the mounds are beautifully artistic achievements themselves, they created smaller, more personal pieces of art motifs that became important to many later Native Americans, and with the Adena, such as the weeping eye and cross and circle design became mainstays in many succeeding cultures. Many pieces seem to revolve around shamanic practices. That's, it's more or less spiritual doctor there, if you don't know what that is. And I know y'all do. Anyway. And the transformation of humans into animals and back to human form may indicate a belief that the practice imparted the animal's qualities to the wearer or holder of the objects. Anyway, let's see. And the pipes were either, the shaman, have the That's what it says. The objective of it may have been altered states of consciousness achieved through the use of the hallucinogenic plant Nicotiana rustica. I don't know if I'm saying that right, or it could have been anything, you know. So, was Adena was a manifestation of broad regional increase in the number and kind of artifacts devoted to spiritual needs. So, and stone tablets as well. I know there's the oh man, what's the name of that one here near here? Oh, freak. I can't think of it right now, but there is a really big one, a big stone, round stone here. I'll probably think of it later. So, anyways, there. This is pretty much it on it, the Adena, and then here's the Fort Ancient people. That's after them. The Serpent Mound there. So they were a maize-based agriculture society. So, like I said, they named these cultures after places where they find the artifacts and stuff. It probably wasn't what they were really called at the time they were around. You know what I'm saying? So. The site is located on a hill above the Little Miami River, the Fort Ancient, Ohio. There's what it's talking about, archaeological site. Close to Lebanon, Ohio. Most archaeologists do not believe Fort Ancient was used primarily as a fortress. See, this is talking about their place, but they're saying this, the Serpent Mound could be made by these people, or the Adena, or these people. So, and that's, you know, the area where they were there, so in there. I'll leave these links below, like I said. So I got to add that one. So, and here's the Hopewell. See where they were there. So it says to ran from southeastern the U.S. as far south as Crystal River Indian Mounds, into the southeastern Canadian shores of Lake Ontario in the north, as you see there. So, anyway. And there's their origins and stuff. And here's about their society there. They inherited from the Adena forebears an incipient social stratification. This increased social stability and reinforced sedentism, social stratification, specialized use of resources, and probably population growth. Most of them are dead. Here's their burial for only the most important. There, see, they had leaders. They had leaders, but they were not like powerful rulers who could command armies or slaves and soldiers. These cultures likely accorded certain families a special place of privilege. Some scholars suggest these societies were marked by the emergence of big men. So these leaders acquired their position because of their ability to persuade others to agree with them on matters such as trade and religion. And there, you know, you can go on into that stuff there. I was wanting to talk about this. The best surviving features of the Hopewell are, you know, the earthworks, the mounds and stuff. So, and their artwork. So, and here they hypothesizing the one in Newark, Ohio. The octagon earthwork was a lunar observatory oriented to the 18.6-year cycle of minimum and maximum lunar risings and settings on the local horizon. So that's interesting, you know. So, you know, to keep with the crops and stuff like that too. There, so. And there's about their artwork and stuff. It's pretty cool. And here's another culture there to look at too. So, there was a Hopewell group too. So, all kinds there, you know. You don't like I said, you know, they don't teach you this shit in school. So, see there. I'll leave these links below, but here's more about the Serpent Mound, the history of it. It's internationally known there, so it's on UNESCO's list there for protected sites, of course. So thought that was it there. And that's all. This is the site where you can like go and look at it and stuff. So anyway, and I found this as well where they were saying it's older than what they think it was. This was, you know, back in 2014 where they put it on UNESCO World Heritage List. So they're saying, you know, it's older than what they thought. So it's older than Aristotle. As old as Aristotle, I'm sorry. There, so anyways. Just thought that was something interesting to pull up there. That's all pretty much said there, I think. Yeah. No, there's more. Anyways, it's more or less saying what I said there. It said there in the wiki, most of it. So, there's it drawn out there. See it coils there. And anyways. And I got some pictures here of it pulled up, showing how, you know, how really how big it is there. So, like it said, it's the biggest snake effigy in the world. So, okay. I don't think that's so. Anyway, that's a drawing there. Okay. Anyway. And they light it up in the wintertime too, I guess. So, anyways. Just thought that was really interesting there. So, hey, you guys. So, yeah, it is more advanced than, yeah. Anyways, I gotta get that one link there. Let me see. You know, the serpent represent, you know, like it said, it represents, it's associated with the oldest rituals known to humans, and it represents duality of good and evil. So, and they're guardians of sacred places and objects, so fertility and rebirth, medicine, poison, vengefulness and vindictiveness. You know, this is just the titles that we people have gave to these things, you know, so all the mythology and stuff around it. So yes, they're our friends. So, but anyway, I'll put the link out there if anybody wants to come in. I gotta cut my headphones on first, though. So I just wanted to get all that out and said there. So we, anyway, hang on just a minute, y'all. Actually, my headphones are tired. Anyways, here we go. There. Y'all, really quick, grab that so I can delete it. So, anyway, it'll be in the box. So, so, crap. Anyway, I thought, that's something interesting to talk about there and its symbolism. And, like I said, I need to look at the ones in Scotland when I tried to leave that link there if anybody's going to come in here. So, let me know. Or I'll see. So. I hope my sound is still okay. Hi, you guys there. In the chat and maybe watching. Anyway. So, but yeah, that's something, like I said, I've always wanted to go visit that place for that reason, the spiritual meaning of it and everything. So, it's, I would like to go there sometime, maybe later this year. That would be really cool. So, road trip. Anybody wants to go? So, in the U.S. here, such y'all can't come in the UK. So, y'all couldn't. Yeah, that's always fascinating. And there's a lot of stuff around here that's like the Judicilla rock. That's what it was. The big rock that's here. It's really huge. That's one of the artifacts around here. Was found by a farmer plowing his field. So it was very. That's. I knew I'd remember it. Judicilla stone, rock, whatever you want to call it. But there's lots of things like that. Ancient, and like they said about that, it's older than what they thought it was. So, anyway. And, Georgia, there's a lot of stuff in Georgia. There's pyramids, buried. There's one that was in the woods. It was covered up by trees and all that stuff. So just look it up, pyramids in Georgia. You find YouTube videos about it. So, but link is truncated. What? Hang on. God damn it. That I noticed that the last time it done that to me. What the hell is wrong with you, Google? Give me just a minute and I'll send you the link. Fuck. If you want to join there, let me know in the chat there, and I reckon. So, I mean YouTube, not Google. And Anyways. Okay. Anyone else they want to join? Hey, Plasma Cat. Ah, crap. What did I do? I clicked it away. Hang on, guys. I don't know what I noticed it did that. I put a link in there the other day and it done that. I went to try to click it on. I put the comments in the underneath the video and it did that. I'm like, what? It's weird. Okay, Plasma Cat, it's not pulling you up. I'll send it to your other one. So, is there anyone else there wanting to join? Okay, here we go. There it is. It's coming to you via Google, so just be looking. Oh, you got it now. I'll send it anyway. So, there we go. Okay. Weird. Why am I doing that? It's weird. Awesome. Sorry, I was away. There we go. Okay, you're out of the box. You're muted. Are you talking?
Hi, Beck. How you doing?
Hello. Good. I was worried my headphones weren't working. So.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no, sorry. I was looking at another screen at that time.
That's okay. That's what I was doing too. So.
Now, I'll tell you what it was. I tried to copy the link and then put it into Internet Explorer because since I what did I do? I reloaded Firefox, and it basically you need to get a Firefox 23 or something.
Yeah. So
that you can use Google Plus because they disabled it on the latest platforms because the Google sort of all Google's going on. That's why.
Yeah. Now, what's your take on the serpent symbolism?
What do you mean? What's my take on it?
I mean, what do you think about that serpent mound?
I don't know anything about it, Beck.
You don't?
No, not really. I mean, I see that. You know, it's interesting looking at that picture. There was no. It's not like looking at an image of a man being nailed to a cross with blood pissing out of his wrists and feet and jabbed in the side. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a completely different mental message, you know, or spiritual message that it gives to you if you're, you know, when you're looking at those two different images there. You know, it's like I said before. You know, the founding fathers of America. I mean, what they did when they carved their images in the mountain or on the mountain there, you know, the Indian culture were there for 1,000 years and they didn't feel the need to put their big chiefs on there, did they?
No.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it really shows you the mentality of the Western mindset. Just will deface anything. I mean, you're talking about a 4-year-old child again. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying now, how that applies to just absolutely anything that you look at, any just childish behaviour that you look at on a global scale, like what they're doing with their monuments and their tall buildings, their destruction of nature, and you know, that is a small child. You know, they don't think about tomorrow. It's me, 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 now, now, now.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really the people that are running the planet.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, and it talked about their culture there a little bit too, the natives, and you know, it was like there were no real head people, so they none of them had the power to command armies and shit like that. That was something they decided all together as a people.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
There we go. That was their society. So
yeah, I think we could learn a lot from them, to the Indian chiefs and that. But, you know, I've listened to a lot of them. I think, you know, there needs to be they need to modernize a little bit, the Indian chiefs, because they've got a lot of wisdom, but it's a little bit antiquated. And I'll give you an example of that. It's like when they say Mother Earth and Father Sky, it's like the sky is part of the earth. That is Mother Earth. So it's not really the sky. They're probably referring to the heavens or the night sky, but it's not clear. You know, it's not. I only thought of that when they, you know, talking about it now, but I had it in my mind because of hearing that saying. So they need to clarify that sort of stuff. But they've got a lot of great teachings, and I think that really they should sack everyone in Washington DC and put Indian chiefs up there. But they probably wouldn't go up there anyway if anyone had any self-respect.
About what they did to some of these native people, how they, when they died, they would get their brains and dissect their brains and see, because they were, like you said, they're on the higher spiritual level than they are.
Right.
And they would dissect these shamans' brains and see what made them tick when it's not in the brain itself. You know, it's something else. This is what they don't get. It's not physical.
Well, actually, that's not necessarily true. If you listen to Mark Passio's stuff, apparently the police and the military, those sorts of people, psychopathic type lifestyle, where they have no feelings of compassion and they don't care about anything. They done a brain scan on. There's a picture of a brain scan of someone who was in the military and the police.
Yes.
And the whole frontal cortex is missing. They haven't got a frontal cortex pretty much. Right. Where it was, it's gone black. And then when you look at a normal brain, which is somebody who's just, you know, normal, passionate, and just general standard equipment that every human being gets, and it hasn't been interfered with the indoctrination that those people go through, or the lifestyle that they live. It's a completely healthy brain at the front, and they've got a lot of mental acuity at the front there. So, and it shows in the brain scan. So it is actually physical. It's like,
but that's caused by your neurons firing in your brain there.
You know, Chris Everard talks about the royal family when people say that, there's that thing that they have royal blue blood. But it's not that they have blue blood. It's that what he's saying, because they've had the top doctors have come out and brought this conclusion to. That's what they've concluded, is that the royal family have murdered so many. You know, when you do a heinous act like that, it changes the psychological makeup of your brain.
Yes.
And it alters the liquid that surrounds your brain, and it emits a certain. There is, you know, you can go right into it and find the actual scientific stuff, but it emits a blue liquid, and what happens is, you know, the water in your brain, that's what you piss out. So so it's blue piss that they've got. It's because they've literally murdered so many people that they keep having this reaction in their brains, and that's where the blue blood thing comes from. Or that's what Chris Everard is saying. I don't know. I mean, I haven't researched it myself, but it probably sounds about right to me. You know, I mean, it sounded quite genuine to me. I mean,
right. But it's like you said, these things that we do, like bad things, don't get good things. It affects your brain in that way. It changes the makeup of it. So so say you're mean to people all the time, you know, that changes it. If you're good,
the problem is that kind of meanness and this god awful world. Well, god awful. It is a god awful world because it's a fucking. The god is mammon, you know, and money and whatever. It doesn't have to be money. It could be ideology of some kind, that somebody's got, you know, authority over everyone else, and that's really what the problem is. And if you're dealing with a 4-year-old child, you know, they might be 90 years old, but they've never evolved spiritually, so they haven't progressed. You know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't equate to your physical age, your spiritual age.
Right.
You know, you can meet old people who are just thick as fuck, you know, and they've never done anything, never looked at anything, and they don't know anything. They've worked at one company, they still live with their mother, you know, and shit like that in the same house and stuff. And
yeah,
you know, but then you can have children who are really spiritually aware, and you know, they actually go. I mean, like 3-year-olds are on YouTube videos saying, "Why is the world like this, mummy? Why can't we change it? Go and tell those men to stop killing each other and shit." You know, it's coming from a 3-year-old child.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my kids used to do that.
They haven't been programmed. They're just, you know, they're just spiritually aware. I mean, that's, but that kind of awareness will get suppressed over the next 20 years.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. You know, it's like I said on last week's show. My little one, she started more having these experiences, you know, in the sleep state. So I was like, wow, you know. So.
But yeah, I mean, it's like most people ain't ready to even consider that, because they just don't know it exists, because they're just so busy running around on that artificial time of the work week that they don't understand that, you know, people need time. So first of all, you have to get, as a human being, you have to get over survival. That's the first thing. And once you're over survival and you haven't got to rush around for somebody else all day long, then you can start to process your own. Well, I was listening to Krishnamurti, somebody posted a video about it, and I took in a few videos, and he says that of all the books that have been written in the world, you shouldn't bother reading any of them. You should be reading your own book, because your own book is the most interesting book of all, you know. And you know, you can't spend 80 years reading your own book. You have to, it's something that you read in like a flash, and then you know your own, that's when you know yourself. And I suppose that, you know, that fits. It's like if you so that your mind is clear, that you have complete clarity and no bias about anything. So in those near-death experiences, when, you know, the world seems to go into slow-mo, you know, like when you're in a fight with somebody and somebody starts to lunge at you, to punch at you, all of a sudden it's like they move in slow motion. Your physical body is also in slow motion, but your mental speed is just increased by about 100-fold, so that you can see what's going on. If you're in a car, I was in a car that rolled over once, and that went over in slow motion. You know, so you've got time to decide whether you're going to engage and open your eyes and stay conscious and probably survive that you know, excitement or that experience, or whether you're going to close your eyes and ignore it and probably die. You know, and for the most part, the way that the world is raised and conditioned is that they are you know, they have their minds are forced closed, you know, and they're not allowed to explore. And that's really, you know, you can't even get into any spiritual consciousness until the world's like ready to move past this war shit, you know, killing each other.
Yeah. Yeah, and these people that I'm talking, they weren't like these people that's over now, you know, these people weren't more, I mean, sure, they did fight amongst the tribes, but it wasn't no, it wasn't like it is today, you know.
Well, they didn't come over here and butcher
commercialized.
It wasn't the Indians who did.
Yeah. They didn't go across the ocean and fuck with people that hadn't even fucked with them. Yeah. Exactly.
See that Anatoly guy, that Fomenko or whatever. That's interesting shit what he's coming out with, because he's saying when you consider, because this fits to me in my own experience, is that all of this stuff that's supposed to have happened 2,000 years ago, it never happened 2,000 years ago. It's only 1,000 years ago. Yeah. And that's why all of this shit that they talk about, it seems like yesterday almost when I hear it spoken about. To me, in my own, like when I think back of what was supposed to have, it's like, you know, people like Blake from the 1500s or 16th century, that's like yesterday. I mean, I can almost reach back in my family line. I mean, just going to my grandfather's, you know, can reach back in his memory to when Blake was alive, you know, to know people when Blake was alive.
Right. Actually, we do, because Firecat is related to that person.
Really? What, to Blake?
Yes.
Really? Yeah, I like
so.
Blake stuff. It's really good.
I think so. Anyway, I think that's the right one. I'm not 100% on it, but I do believe, I think. Yes, yes. Yeah, that's really cool. You know,
I mean, I think the biggest fight really that we've got is to take the power away from the oligarchs. The only way that you can do that is to get the military to stop following the bloody orders. But they're locked in. They're locked in. You know, it's like, hey, I can come on here and say all of this shit, you know, for years and years and years, but it doesn't change them jets going up and spraying me with poison every bloody day. Every day.
Talking about how they've done these people, you know, over the years, these soldiers, and it's changed their brain chemistry and stuff. So that's something else to look at. Why we ain't getting this mass awakening of people.
It's not that bad. It's far more you know, a human being is far.
I'm saying that's part of it.
Well, it's like, you know, the people in the military, you know, they're so young when they go in there. I mean, everybody kind of knows, but once you're involved in the group, you're locked in. You can't resist. You know, very few people in the military ever turn around and reject it.
Yeah.
You know, so, and not until they've experienced what it's really like, and then they kind of wake up a bit.
Yeah.
But not enough of them do. That's the problem. They're such a minority.
That's what I'm saying.
It's probably dangerous for them to wake up in the military. You know, it's dangerous territory for them.
That's like any of them that do come out and speak out, you know, you got to. It's what they're allowing them to do, type of thing. So you got to look at that too.
Well, it's what they're forcing them to do, but you know.
Yes. Yeah. So.
You know, I don't know what's going to happen with the chemtrails, because they're spraying that fucking aluminium everywhere, and that is just the most dangerous toxic substance that you want to be. You know, just I can't tell everybody enough about aluminium. It's so dangerous. You don't want it anywhere in your house, anywhere near you. No, really.
I wanted to address this box in the chat. It says, I wonder how people coped years ago with stress. And, you know, you got to look at that too. The world wasn't like it is now then. So I would say there was less stress back then. So, you know, they like we said, the natural remedy stuff has one way they coped and everything. And also, you know, talking about it, you know, and things like that. And so, yeah, I just wanted to address that real quick. So, but yeah, the world wasn't like it is now then.
No.
So,
no, it's a very
lot more.
Well, they painted a toxic picture of it, really, over the top.
They have. If anybody else wants to join here, let me know there. So I'll send you out the link. I don't know if it's going right in the YouTube there. So.
Oh yeah, I know. I was going to show you. I made a comment on. I can't show where I made a comment on somebody else's video, and they're doing this. They did this to my old channel, and that's why I left it. And basically, when I comment, I can read the comment, but I'm the only one who can see it.
Yeah.
And when I log out, the comment disappears. I can't even see the comment anymore. That's YouTube.
I've had that happen. Because I think it's sometimes it might be where the person deletes the comment too.
No, it's not. It can't be, because when I log back in again, the comment reappears.
That's fucked up. That's weird. Because I had that happen the other day. Actually, I have to do that.
Yeah, well, that's because they're stopping the communication. They're stopping the truth from spreading. That's what they're doing. I don't know how these people have got the gall to actually go and do a job to do that shit. But I suppose, you know, the people in the military feel, hey, it's better than killing people.
Yeah.
That's the way they
Yes,
look at it. You know? That's what we're dealing with. That's the mentality. And quite honestly, I'm giving up with it because I don't see the West ever pulling out of it. If they don't have a revolution, it's the only thing that's going to stop them is literally all the people just saying, no, I'm not putting up with it anymore. And that's just never going to happen.
It may one day. We probably won't live to see it. But, you know, this is why we need to keep doing this, what we're doing, you know, to try to help people along that spiritual path, you know, to awaken that part of their consciousness, you know. So in order for that to happen, it's the butterfly effect, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's I don't have any faith in that anymore.
Well, you know, it's like I said, it's not going to be. It's going to take time. It ain't something that we're going to see in mass.
But you know, you have to realise that this has been going on for it's nearly 20 years since 9/11. Nearly 20 years. So everybody now knows. I think it's funny because last time I saw my dad, I got the impression that he had got into an argument with somebody and they basically supported the rhetoric that I say. And he was quite put out. You know, his pride was dented, and I could tell by the way he spoke to me. I don't want to go into it too much, but I could just, you know, tell that obviously, right, so the truth is seeping out in other areas, that even in his circles, you know, that he's confronted with it. But unfortunately, they just, you know, they ignore it, and that's the problem, you know, because what you have to realise, you see, what he couldn't get over. We were talking about the chemtrail. He mentioned the chemtrails, and he still cannot process through his brain the government are intentionally spraying chemtrails to kill everyone. Because if you accept chemtrails, and that's the same probably with Collie-Man, is that he can't quantify that that's the agenda. You know, he doesn't believe that that's the agenda, and then therefore all the people that think like that, they say, Jamafunk, you must be fucking crazy then. You're an idiot and a kook. Because it's easier to call me names and labels and come and, you know, throw shit at me than accept the government's actually doing that. That's their agenda. So
yeah, I know. It's like we said, there's people that believe certain things, and that's it. You just don't need to meet in the middle there on a lot of this shit. So that's, you know, and agree to disagree on things, you know. So
they have to have it personally happen to them until they'll believe it.
Exactly.
Well, what I was answering was, you know, how to get people waking up, and what we were talking about is, you know, I'm saying, you know, it's been 20 years. So I mean, those people don't want to face the truth or confront that as a possible reality. So consequently, they lie in this dormant state of go along to get along, you know.
Well, it'd be very uncomfortable to know. I mean, if you know what, you wouldn't feel very well. So that they're just doing that to protect themselves. Yeah,
that's the thing, because obviously, you know, up until that moment, most of us in our societies, we feel pretty damn safe. Our lives don't feel threatened every day. So, and then all of a sudden you go through this period where you realise that actually you're an insignificant, weak little nobody, and they could puff and blow you away. And that's quite a scary, you know, it's a scary thing to process and to get over that. And because that's what essentially the government has the power to do, and it does it every day, you know. And I think you don't really got to force this issue, because people already know that. You kind of you give life to the thought that's already in their brain, and you make it real and you make it manifest, and that's what they reject, because ultimately they have to do that for themselves. It's like they're saying the Matrix, you know, it's not something I can show you, Neo, it's something you've got to see for yourself. And it really is, you've got to see it for yourself and then get that awakening.
Well, when you realize the joke has been played on you, you go into
thousands of years. Yeah. So thousands of years. It's like y'all know me. I like to look at these ancient cultures and stuff like that, and the power structures and stuff. And like that one I posted about last time about that one where they were the basis of all societies since then.
Right. Well, this is why
Empire.
that flamenco stuff is important, because if this has only happened in the last 1,000 years, that means prior to that, Egypt and a free earth was a reality. That's what I'm saying to you. I feel a little bit like a lemming, right? You know what they say about lemmings? They the land masses have been destroyed, so their original migratory path that they would take, that's why they fall off the edge of the cliff. They're not trying to, they're just following path, or their group has left for them in their ancestral memory or their biological memory, because you know your brain is something that you inherit when you come into this body. So you have to process, you know, your spiritual will with your earth limitation, you know, and that's done so it's spiritual and physical, and they have to combine. So you know, and it's an forever ongoing process.
But it was really just the past 100 years that they really put the screws to us. Because before then, you know, you were more free. You could easily just, you know, move into the wilderness of America or something, you know, 200 years ago. You'd be completely free.
Yeah,
but,
I noticed as I get older, I really miss my grandparents' generation.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm sort of approaching them when I was a kid. They were my age now, and I just find them to be much more intelligent and interesting.
But your grandfather's generation was so trusting and good, they were really taken advantage of. I've been watching about the Great Depression, and your jaw would drop over thing after thing that they implemented. I mean, even to the point where you had to turn in all your gold. And two different times they would sell you a house and then call in the loan. They would change the banking rules and call in the loan for everybody. Boom, right after the other. So you would lose the family farm and be on the street.
Well, like now,
those people didn't fight it.
I heard about a new law they're trying to pass here. This is concerning driving. Okay, you know, over here we drive on the opposite side of the road that y'all do, right? Okay.
Right.
I don't know if this, I think it's just in my state, I'm not for sure, but they're trying to make it illegal to drive in the left lane unless you're passing somebody. So.
I don't know what that means. What do you mean by that?
You can only drive in that one lane. If you drive in the other lane, you get a ticket. God. Unless you're passing someone, that's the only reason you get in that.
You know, it's like I said last time. What's going on is it's a war on human beings. There's a war going on human beings, and that's what it's not open yet over here, not yet.
Well, it's a war on the middle class. Because the middle class is powerful, and it's a war on the middle class. And the middle class was carrying everything for everybody. I mean, they were paying the social services. I mean, they pay everything. The rich people don't pay, the poor people don't. But when they decimated the middle class, because it wasn't that long ago, you could easily get your own business and compete with the big boys. It wasn't that long ago, and they completely decimated. And yeah, everything they implemented is designed, they don't even care about themselves being rich. They can just print money out of thin air. It's just designed to keep you poor. You know, you just, all these nibbles, you know, healthcare this, insurance that, mandate this, you got to take this vaccine. Oh no, now you have asthma, you have to buy this expensive medicine. I mean, it's just on and on and on, just death of 1,000 cuts. And you can't build anything substantial to leave your children.
Yeah, spot on, Firecat, spot on. That's exactly right. I mean, it's, you know, that death by 1,000 cuts, I mean, that's what I was going to say. It's just relentless. It's just every single thing that you can think of. You know, there's a device out there that you can boil water in about 2 seconds just by putting this device in a cup of water.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
So no one would ever have needed to boil kettles. But I mean, just think of how many kettles have been boiled, how much, you know, how many trees and forests have been destroyed just to heat kettles.
And microwave, you don't ever use a microwave oven. It changes, you know.
I use a microwave actually, so.
Yeah, I don't even own one. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, yeah, the softer electric technologies that the ancients used, yeah, all that's been kind of hidden with crystals and all kinds of cute tricks. Yes. And then even, like I was studying, like, you know, it's healthy for you to be around a waterfall, and then I've noticed that they always had water fountains in ancient, and they even had a cool way of, it would keep running without electricity. It was done, a series of chambers and stuff. It was really interesting.
Remember that one I posted a few weeks ago? It was underground fresh water.
Yeah,
in the cave and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was called something. It was like the water of life or something like that. I can't remember.
But they just did a study with mice, and they found if you're in a positive ion environment, in 2 weeks you die. You got to have that negative ion. And then they showed how, like, office space hardly had any, industrial space had any, you know, school environment doesn't have any. But then going out in the forest, tons of it. Next to a waterfall, tons of it. So yeah, you need to be out in nature to be healthy. But if they keep you in a box inside, it's killing you.
And this water was pure, you know, because where it was, the area, the stones, the rocks, and purified the water. It give you all these mineral stuff that you needed. You know?
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, they used to do that. It was the hot mineral springs. Huge hotels would build around it, and people from all go to them. And you know, there's one in Arkansas or Missouri somewhere. But yeah, the people used to properties of it. They were much with the healing.
I don't we got fracking where you are in the States, but they're fracking every land, aren't they, Jammer, in Great Britain at the moment?
Oh,
and all those beautiful, like, I'm sure there's places like that in UK somewhere, all those beautiful underground streams of pure minerals, and they're put into it and with chemicals. And my son's moved further down south now, so he's in that fracking zone. So you can imagine the tap water contaminated, you know, even more than it is. And it's like, oh my God, you know. And when I saw that video of yours, Rebecca, that cave, it's just like, I remember in Cornwall years ago as a little kid, we used to go around all the caves and things and do a bit of hiking, you know.
Yeah.
And we came across a similar cave, not as grand as the one that you're showing in your video. But it was like, you can just imagine the old times going back so long ago, how the ancient people used to live, you know, as I just posed that question. Less stress, isn't it? And we didn't have what we got.
Oh, much less stress.
Yeah. But worrying about everything, if you're going to die 1 minute to the next, you know, whereas we do, you know, they keep people in that constant state of fear, whereas then you didn't.
No.
Well, that's a good point, because you just mentioned, because I need a whole massive new flooring in my wet room now, and that's going to be for me in getting my head around that. And what you just mentioned, Jam, I'd be interested if you got a link on that one. How to boil water without a kettle. Oh no, because I'll be like camping out in my flat. Without mainstream use of a bathroom, I can't use the kitchen sink in my disability needs. And it's going to be there's like a little seal. I've never known this before, but a little piece of seal caused all the water to get under the flooring, so all the floorboard is all rotten, and that's why it smells.
Yeah, yeah. It's yes. Oh, yeah.
A whole, most probably a whole week or something, not being able to use, and with my health the way it is, down to help as well on top. I need like I was thinking today actually, or the past 2 days, what I've got in the home could use as like I've been looking online as well, you know, camping ideas, what you could use indoors about the use of a bathroom. Because one, if you think about it, one takes these things for granted, isn't it? And it's not like until you lose that use, what do you think people do, or how do people survive? And there's another channel.
Becky, you know that link's still on Google Plus?
What's that?
That link is still on Google. It's still on YouTube. You know that?
What link?
The link is still visible, as far as I can tell.
No, I deleted it. That's a link to a post.
Oh, to a post, right? Okay. It says Google Plus.
But you know, like you were talking about all these issues you're having with your place there. You know, in like we were talking about the Native Americans. I hate calling them that, but you know, in that society, you know, it would be taken care of. You wouldn't have it would instantly be taken care of by the whole community. You know, you wouldn't have all this red tape and bureaucracy and shit like we do nowadays to get something fixed like that. It would be taking care of each other. You know, so that's what they don't want. They want this stress on us and stuff to where.
Well, isolation is stress, and
it's like I was talking.
Tell you what, girls, I gotta tell you, Jalil's converting me to MGTOW, mate.
No, don't even bring that shit up, please.
I'm serious, mate. You want to listen to some of that shit they're coming out with, because I tell you that is gonna be. I was thinking about it today. What they are talking about. I don't laugh at it because I'm serious, right? What they're talking about is all the stuff that never gets spoken about, all the shit that.
You know what? That's part. This is part of the divide and conquer.
They have to pay the fucking mortgage. They have to go out to work.
Hey,
and I've been in a relationship like that where I was married to the state. Basically, without even being married.
MGTOW is part of the fucking divide and conquer shit. I don't even want to talk about that crap.
Well, I'm not saying that's an end in itself, but it's a vehicle to bring
that conversation
onto the table, because it is a conversation that needs to be had.
No, you know,
no families, no fathers.
Jammer, shut up right now,
please.
I'm not promoting it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you are. You said I'm starting to believe it.
Yeah, but it's like you're attacking the MGTOW idea, but you're not looking at any of the details of what they're talking about.
I have looked at this off air, and I'll explain it to you.
Please, yes, please, because this is part of the.
I'm not saying men are going to survive like that, but I can tell you now, I don't want a stupid government bitch as a girlfriend ever again. You can all fuck off, because it ain't going to happen with me. Trust me on that one. If you can't survive with me and we ain't a unit, you ain't with me.
Well, you know, that's not what MGTOW is. Believe me,
the rest of them fucking stupid people, mate, they're all going to die.
You have the wrong examples. I'm going to kick your ass.
That's what's going to happen.
MGTOW is not what you're saying, dude. This is part of the divide and conquer shit.
I know. I know. I'm not.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I'm not promoting it.
You are not even saying it.
I'm just saying. Because I'm talking about. I'll just use it as an idea, so that because that's what they are talking about.
It's a bad example.
Exactly. If you want to know why the men have got no balls and no spine to go and fight the government, then you need to go and listen to. I'm not saying support MGTOW. I'm saying listen to some of the arguments.
It has nothing to do with the government. They attack women. They attack families. They treat women like whores.
Sure, but some of them don't, and some of them are into the serious issues.
Listen, I don't even want to talk about this shit, please. Why the hell do you bring it up? You know my shit.
You have the wrong answer.
No. Please. Really?
I mean, Jesus. I mean,
what are you on about that one? This subject, this show isn't about that.
Because it talks about the stuff that none of the women want to talk about.
Excuse me.
And that's right. And it's not about treating women badly
No.
like that. For me, it's about women treating men badly, and that's what the women don't want to address. That's what women don't want to address. It's the way that they treat men. It's not the other way around. It's that men are blamed for that, and that's fine.
Jammer, how do you treat women? Jammer, what do you do for women? Jammer, what do you do for women? Jammer, what do you do? Go out of your way for women.
Hey, peace, love.
What do I do? Nothing anymore.
You don't do nothing. You sit on your butt and you say, gimme, gimme, gimme. And you don't want to have to give 1 ounce towards a woman. And now you're whining.
Are you kidding me, y'all?
What?
Really?
Cool.
We were talking about spirituality stuff, and how the fuck did you get on the MGTOW?
Because you're wondering where the revolution's going, and it's never going to happen. That's what I'm telling you, and that's the reasons why.
No, it's not.
That's the reasons why.
Labels. Listen to them. Can I fucking talk, please? Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Look within, Jammer.
God almighty.
Yeah, but it's the real...
Shut up.
If you want the fuel for the revolution so that we can have a free planet.
I'm sorry, but I said let me speak. It's my show.
Go on.
Okay. Labels. That's why I say no labels. That's labeling people. MGTOW. We're all fucking human beings, okay?
Yeah.
We're all human beings. MGTOW has nothing to do with this shit. Nothing.
Don't look, and it's hard to do, isn't it?
I mean, all it is low vibrational energy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just focused on the politic part, but I've watched enough of the videos to realize.
I don't even want to just stop talking about it.
No,
please.
That's that's a subject. Flat Earth is a subject we don't talk about.
Don't even say that shit either.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, there's a subject we don't talk about.
Sorry, Jammer, but I'm tired of getting talked over on my own show when I was trying to speak. So you can come back if you want, but I don't want to talk about that stuff. And I made this clear before. I don't want to talk about nothing like that. The MGTOW, the labeling, the divide and conquer. That's all that shit is. Pitting men against women.
I mean, they
don't need to be. And we were getting along just fine until that was brought up. The labeling, the dividing. And look what it made me do. It made me mute you because I couldn't speak on my own show.
I mean, we're trying to build a community.
I apologize here. I apologize, but damn. Let them speak, please. Please.
And look within oneself. It's difficult when you're going through stress and modern day life, isn't it? And that's what they want. They want people at each other's throats and pigeonholes, as you said. Because, I mean, if it hadn't done, looking into meditation, and I'm not pushing that on anyone, but everyone's got their own way of dealing with things, whatever situation comes up, it can easily take over one's personality and sidetrack you from what really matters within one's self. And then you forget what your talents are. Yeah.
I mean, we all need to look in ourselves first.
Yeah,
we need to
that's the whole point of these
other
shows.
people. Right now we're all wounded, and we all need to self-reflect, and then try to cooperate. But right now, we're all a bunch of little immature people, emotionally immature people. We need to really reflect on how we present ourselves and how we
treat each other.
And we have to let each other talk too. Each take turns.
That's right.
Yeah.
I apologize, for muting you, but it's that's part of the divide and conquer. And this is about looking within oneself. This is what the point of these shows are, the Into the Void, to look into yourself. And that was the subject of the show. To look into oneself, not man, not woman. You as a individual being, looking into yourself.
Well,
not man, not woman, not dog, cat, whatever the fuck you are. you know,
you need to fix yourself so you can operate, and don't blame other people. That's
exactly.
a great thing.
If I can interject there a little bit from general experience in myself, when one goes through so much, everyone's in different stages in life and situations. We're not all the same. Would be boring, but from my experience of severe trauma and re-traumatized all my life into adulthood, and then there's a deliberate, like Jammer, he's very intelligent in the subject he's learned, and similar subjects to but I don't discuss them inappropriately on certain shows. I try not to. But what I've had to do it myself. The hard work is actually like in myself, i.e., the subconscious of the mind, the meditation, to cope with like one doesn't realize sometimes one is reacting outwardly into the world if one has deep rooted trauma that's not been dealt with.
Projection, yeah.
Yeah, and then the disassociation can come in, the avoidance behaviors can come in, and then it is hard because other people can see it, but one may not be able to see it oneself because you're going through situations, and it makes it worse when outside influences of pressure or situations come into play. So it's only by my own situation, by doing subconscious meditation, and my neighbour making the CDs for me and making that effort myself and not relying on anyone to do it for me. And then actually changing the whole perception of not everything, but starting process. It's a long journey. And some people, yeah, and then it's building on relationships, and then it's building on the different personalities and makeup of the individuals that one's dealing with professionally, personally, or within oneself's own personality, and then recognizing one's own flaws, and then recognizing one's strengths. It does take time, and the problem when you're trying to deal with all that, I'm not trying to put like a fairy tale image on it, but it's real hard work.
It is hard work, and it hurts.
Yeah, and when there's in Great Britain, there's constant in the mainstream media of like bringing all these thousands of people for mental health, all the scaremongering going on for the benefit cuts of people being found for work, people ending their lives because of the way the draconian measures are going on. It's all deliberate. So it's all. Today I could have easily gone down that road of like, oh my god, you know, the fear. I thought, no, censure oneself, find an avenue within oneself, find a resource, because, put it this way, unfortunate, there's one good video I found. Someone had to escape Great Britain because she felt she was being targeted but she didn't know the certain subjects that I've learned, self-taught. And it's only by like you, Becca, you shared a really good post, one of those guys it used to be Irish guy, can't remember his channel.
Yes.
And he does the raw food as well as inspirational kind of type videos and talks, and other people do that too. And that's very, very helpful because if one is not in that mindset within, you can watch something or read a book or something and look at these key words. I mean, the way I look at it, from my experience of studying what I've studied in many subjects in the law side of things, I put these key facts of experience, now my health has gone downhill, into myself, into the way I deal with my health, and within the spiritual sense, within my conscious and subconscious level. But everyone's different, because as soon as you get say there's a letter in the post and there's another demand and another demand, you can easily go down a downward spiral. And then if you go down to that dark place of all that hard work you've done, how are you going to get out of it? And this is what they want.
Well, you have to be able to love yourself before you can even love anybody else. And when they put you, all the stress of what they put on you, you can't love yourself because you don't feel successful because they've torn you down and keep you down.
Yeah.
So then you can't love yourself, and then how in the world are you going to love your friends, family, and community with any sort of empathy when you're just locked up, frozen? And then they go on the fear and the media shit and all the stuff.
Yeah, it's finding when one doesn't have the fiat currency, finance, assets, stabilization within one situation, and you feel sometimes emotions can run away and you can feel isolated and cut off from the world. It's so easily done. And especially when especially what I can only go from experience in Great Britain, and the way the system is, the state system trying to help those that are too ill to work, and they call it the benefit system. It's in chaos. It's the NHS, the health, everything's in chaos. It's all deliberate, and it's getting people in the control. All these other subjects I won't talk about because it's not appropriate, but it's all a bigger picture to it. But I cannot deal. I'm just me, so I can't deal with the outside bigger picture of things. I know about it, I can put it into practice, what I know to help myself. And if I don't help myself in the way I've learned, and I'm still doing it every day, then how can I deal with the outside influences that are affecting one's life?
It's like I said, the way the Native American cultures here was what I was talking about earlier, was that would be taken care of. You wouldn't even have to be worrying about it right now.
Yeah.
So we can learn something. Surely there is a learning curve from the old ancient days.
They're trying to scare us into thinking we don't have enough resources to have families anymore, or even big families. We even noticed how they deliberately, convinced us to have less and less and less children. And now they're trying to convince us that, my God, a couple can't even support themselves. You got to stay single.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, there's so many advantages of two people pairing up in this world financially than one person alone. But they're trying to really trick people into this, and then thus even lowering the, population even lower. And even, the poisons they're putting in the food, it's going to be really hard to conceive, and only the rich people that can pay for it are going to be able to have babies. And that's going to be real soon.
Absolutely happening now. I mean,
it's happening now. Yes.
Yeah. Around the world.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Poor Becky. Oh, sorry. I just hurrying hurts.
Yeah, when you
Sorry.
think about the children.
That's what mute buttons are for.
That's right, Liv. Yeah, I did apologize, but I'm tired of getting talked over.
Yeah.
If it's on my show or other shows, or if I'm even allowed to speak on said other show. So y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But
I did apologize to him. That's up to him if he wants to come back or not. So
like I said, that was just a subject you hash out off air.
Yes.
And that's not something that's just too messy and icky. It'll get too, because there's so many things you have to explain that you can't do it. You can't do it on air.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so let's drop it from here, because right now, I mean, everything is we just
the whole point of these shows on Wednesdays is this is gonna be my shows on Wednesday, and the art thing in between.
Okay.
It's about, like I said, speaking within oneself. Not labeling yourself as man, woman, blah blah blah. Like they tell you, well, you're a man, you're a woman. You know what I mean? Not.
We're all people, creative.
We're all people. Exactly.
Yeah. We're here to create. We're here to share stories, share our art, our gifts, our talents, whatever we do with each other, and enjoy it, because we all have our specialties: music, art, poetry. It could really go on. And we just need to focus on that, and I think it'll make us all happier. Creating versus just focusing on the chaos that's always going to be there. I mean, it's never going to turn off. But what's not is our empowerment to create, and if it's even a small step towards that direction, at least our back is facing their bullshit. It's turned to their bullshit.
Turn your back on them. Yes, ignore them.
So yeah, I'm all with you. I have a tough week ahead of me, but yeah, things will settle down, and I'm totally going to focus in that direction. I'm not even supposed to be. I'm supposed to be working my butt off right now. I don't know why I'm sitting here, but I am.
Bad. Anyway, but yeah, that's what the point of this show is about. Everybody's welcome to join and say their piece about looking inward and all that, the stuff that goes with it.
Sorry,
it's a big subject. It's a big broad subject.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's also like
forever, infinity.
Yeah, infinity. Yeah.
Well, it's infinite amount of things you can do.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like looking at solutions as well, isn't it? It's like
yeah. In a creative way.
Yeah,
well, we were talking about, I was going to say this, about the part where he was saying about people out there they see, the bad stuff going on, but they ignore it, right? When I went and got that vehicle, I was talking with the man I got it from, and he said something about, I said, yeah, I just hope the price of gas don't go up again. He's like, well, I wonder why it's went up again. I'm like, well, I guess they put it however much they want it to be. Yeah, they do. But that was the end of that conversation right there. I tried to go on with him, but
it's best not to.
He didn't, engage it. So
I do my little bit.
It's like he said. Some people want to see it. They see it to a point, but then they don't want to see it no further than that. So that was the extent of that conversation. So,
because from that point, what you just said, Rebecca. Right in the shop today, when I go out to get my bits I need, and I don't know whether it's because I'm doing it on me and I'm projecting something else out on unconscious level. I don't know, but I'm building up these rapport with people that are working in these places because they really are nice people and they go out the way to help me. So I treat them. If somebody treats me well, I treat them the same. It's just equal courtesy, isn't it? But we build up rapport, and then when you build up rapport with somebody, even though they're in the shop working, they're just human people trying to survive themselves, and they don't know certain things. So I just say, oh, how are you doing? I've learned years ago. I used to like, oh, I feel sorry for myself, whatever. I won't come up and make these comments, but I've changed all that without realising. And in a positive note, so I say, well, first of all, I ask how are they doing because they're doing a job. It might be stressful. They might got things going on, and people like short with you, strangers pass by. You don't know they've got something going on because that's a pressure of life. And these couple of people today, females, was just so like, I could see it in the body language by my approach. Everyone's different, but just saying simple things, how are you? Or someone's birthday today and she was working, yeah. And I can relate. I've had situations on my birthday where it wasn't ideal, so I said, well, it's lovely to see you, well, thank you very much, and just a bit of politeness. Well, have a lovely day. And she's discussing about a personal situation with her dad and her mum, and you wouldn't get that kind of rapport unless you make an effort with somebody.
Right. Yeah. And it's like that reminded me of a conversation I had in the tag office as well yesterday. There's this woman, she came behind me in the husband had the cell phone. She's like, he's the keeper of the phone. I don't have one, you know, whatever. He's the one that answers, you know. But they were talking about that, how they just started a conversation with me there, you know, about, I can't even remember what it was about. It was about people calling them, wanting to ride somewhere, because they were that, like, them kind of people, they would help. But they were like, you know, it was like, they've had this happen a lot where people would call them to come get them and take them somewhere, and then they get there, oh, well, I'm sorry, I don't have no money to give you for gas. Type of thing, you know, they would just, but, and they didn't tell them that, but they started a conversation with that, you know, like you said, those kinds of situations and things like that. So,
yeah.
But they just started that conversation with me, you know, and I was just like, wow, you know, it was interesting. There was more to it than that, but it was just how people would just come up to you and just start talking to you.
Yeah, I noticed some days at the grocery store, like 3 or 4 different, on the same day, I don't know what it is, but they'll come up and just start talking to you. But it's like, you know, it won't happen, but then just for some reason, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing that's different than the other days, but it is strange.
It's like an in my opinion, it's like my neighbour, he's been doing this like meditation and other kind of like natural things for years, and something because I had a different type of CD. It was like to be secure within oneself, i.e. like all this stuff that's been going on with me, thinking I'm having to move out quickly and all this stuff. So I had this CD made for me. It's about feeling secure in your own home, in your own skin, in other words, in your own body. And my goodness me, the reaction, I did not realise as a young girl, because my mum left me in down south and peed off abroad to work, and I lost my home, my security at a young age. So I was quite young when I moved out and into digs with my best mate at the time. So I didn't know all these years on that has been buried. That loss of sense of security, like a lot of people can go through in all different situations. And having to do that CD, I was having these nightmares. I was having these like emotional reactions in the daytime when I was conscious awake. And it wasn't until he knocked on my door and I said to this, oh, how did the CD go? And I said, what I said, and to him, and this is what I'll tell you why, because this I did this the other day, similar, different CD, and this is how I reacted. And it wasn't for that brief conversation I'd realised it was all this deep-rooted emotional stuff
in your subconscious.
Oh yeah. I mean, even here, you know, when I moved into this house, see, 12 years ago, that's when a lot of this other, like we was talking about the spiritual stuff and the ESP and all that, that's when that really kicked in to high gear when we moved back into this house. I don't know what it, I guess.
Maybe it's like where the magnetics when you were a child and brought up.
See, I was like that anyway, but when I moved back in here, it like brought back all these repressed memories, is what I was going to say. But I've always been that way with that stuff, but these repressed memories and dreams, and like she was saying, traumatic experiences and dreams.
Yeah.
That's what they were, their dreams and stuff like that. Well, they were precognitive dreams and stuff, but when we moved back in here, it's particularly when I started sleeping in my old bedroom.
Oh, yeah, that would be weird if
that's when it really started happening. So yeah, but I recall, you know, I don't even want to go into it, but that's, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does.
But it'll trigger your
like reliving my childhood.
Your subconscious. And what you really want to get after is, I guess, I mean, you can't go through all of it, but if you do have some particular problems with your personality, or I mean things that hurt you, like stressors, and you can't quite figure out what it is, that's when you want to, you know, delve into and try to figure out, and then confront it, and then realize, oh, because this happened to me, it triggers this, and then you can, once you bring it to light, so to speak, then you can learn to lessen it. It's not gonna be,
Right.
But
Exactly.
I can see being in your old home would uncover your all your subconscious things that have been imprinted when you were a child.
I kind of had a little protection there up till I was 16. You know, my dad was like this too. But when he died, that was gone. You know,
very
because he, like I've said, he told me a lot of things he didn't tell the other kids.
Yes.
Taught me things, and you know what I mean. Because
the more personal.
My sister I've noticed is kind of like that, like this too, but not me.
Strong.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's strong, but anyway, and it just, and cause it's coming back here to this place, and this is the last place I seen him. It was like I was sitting over there on the couch.
Oh goodness,
you know, and that's why I moved my computer over here too, because you know I would sit there and like somebody come in the door, I expect to see my dad, you know, type of thing. So, but anyway,
the last,
like I said,
that sucks.
You know, he had, I think he had repressed a lot of that for me, you know, because you can do that.
Yes.
But,
so it doesn't hurt.
When I moved back in here and everything, it came back when I started sleeping in my own room.
Oh goodness! All the stuff that you sort of forgotten came flooding back. Well, not flooding back, but started emerging.
Actually, yes.
Oh, okay.
It did flood there back. I'm not even gonna go. But if you see some of my videos I made, and it was like, I wish I could stop. I could shut up and not. But I just felt compelled to make videos about it, and video. And somebody told me, you need to shut up. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for telling me that. I've been waiting on somebody to tell me you can shut up.
But still, you know, it was, you know, I guess you should have done self videos, but to learn what was,
exactly.
The main point you were making probably would tell something.
Right.
Yeah, because you can't, you don't want to, you know, psychoanalyze yourself on air. It's probably not pretty good.
That was not my intent, though. That was, you know, just to see if anybody had similar experiences and stuff like that. It was nothing like that. So.
Well, no, you weren't doing that. I'm just, reflecting on, a bunch of stuff. But I'm sorry.
I mean, a lot of people would do that with my artwork, but, you know, you can't really do that with it because some of it comes from me, some of it comes from, like, whatever comes to me.
Collective conscious.
Like that back there, behind me there. So I really love that top one. That's my favorite one right now.
I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I saw your link. I missed your other show, your art show. It's a bit time difference there. And I heard you mention about that artist, so I checked her channel out and who she was. And she had that inspiration, as if it's the right one. Yeah, as a kid.
Yeah.
Wow. The videos I was watching about her and how she got, it's amazing, isn't it? And as she got older, she lost that sense. So she said in one of the shows. And, but that art, you know, how she used her spirituality in her art pieces and what you're doing is what I'm seeing and observing, and when you do your live shows, that's what it comes across to me anyway. You've got something inside you which obviously you've got that deep thinking and it's coming out within your art, which is an actual talent, pure talent in my opinion, your own unique design, because you've got all these people that make jewelry and all sorts of art, I mean, okay, she started as a kid, but you don't really know the family and how they,
Right.
you know, her upbringing, because it's
Yeah.
just
Right.
snippet videos, really
To
fascinating.
add on that, you know, everybody's got it within them to create. If you can't do the art stuff, you can do like music. You can doodle, can't you? You know, speaking, poetry, whatever. You know, gardening is even considered, can be considered as art. Not art, expressing yourself. You know, getting down in the dirt and back in.
I used to do a lot of photography. Yeah,
and
I used to do the
photography,
old
yes.
fashioned. Yeah, my son used to laugh at me. Everywhere we used to go, I had a camera in my hand, and even the portable, you know, throw away old fashioned cameras. And I got loads of old photographs, you know, of the kids and all the travels we'd done.
Yeah.
And I gave a lot of them to my daughter over the years. And
Yeah, it's like I talked before about the projection. You know, you project what's inside out. You know, so I hate I lost my temper there, but that's like we say, you shouldn't repress any of that, and I do that a lot, which you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But you know,
well,
anyway, you know that's even there's even some of that in my art too, where you get so frustrated and stuff, because there are a few of them where, you know, and like I would pick up on vibes of people. There's this one particular I drew, it was a flower and it was black and red, and it come around. I drew it the night this particular person's, someone really close to them had passed away, Kim. So he's had that, but yeah, it's things like that too. So, but any way you can express yourself like that, angrily, you know, you got to let it out. And I do admit that I do repress a lot of that. So
I don't.
I really do. I really do. So there was some of it there. So
no, I was really, really wrong. You're really, really bad.
So, okay, HRM Weapons Machine says, I de-stress thinking and listening to streaming data while the sunlight dances around the porch while watching my cat herd play in the grass. In the grass. Yes, that's fun too. Yeah, that's a good de-stressor.
That's actually
sitting out in
live.
Oh, I'm gonna end this here in a few minutes. I hate to, because we're getting at the good conversation here and everything. But I want to keep it to where it's not so long. I put it on my other channel and blah blah blah, all that stuff. But we'll get. This is a subject we could talk about this subject for plus
every
hours.
Wednesday.
So, but anyway, yeah, it's all, these shows are all about looking within yourself and expressing yourself and looking back at these ancient cultures and stuff and how they view this stuff, and the symbology, the hidden. That's something else I want to go into next week. The hidden symbology all around you that they're using to hypnotize people with. So, you know, I've heard them talk about that on another show here a while back too. So, but I'd like to go deeper into that. If anybody wants to look into that kind of stuff themselves and come on and talk about it, you know.
Well, they probably stole the symbols of nature to use against us.
Ancient symbols used against us to trick us into doing what they want us to do, type of thing. And like they say, and other things hidden in plain sight, things they use to manipulate us. These symbols, you know, they're hidden in plain sight, and it triggers something in your subconscious there.
That's in your DNA, probably encoded because it's been used for so long.
Right, exactly.
Information.
Yes. Exactly. But yeah, if anybody wants to join us afterwards, you know, just I can throw the link in there again if you want to join us. It's not required that you can. If you want, you can. So, but anyway, so, but we will be off air here just a sec. I'm gonna say good night, y'all. So I'll see you. I'll see you there Friday. It'll probably be around 5:30ish.
Okay.
in the evening, 5:30 in the evening on Eastern Standard Time. You check out the World Time. I think I deleted it below. www.worldtimezone.com. That's a good one. That's one of the best ones I found to time zone thing. But anyways, check that site anyway for the time zone thing. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all learned something. I learned something too. Not suppress your anger. So, and I'm sorry, Jabber. You know,
we're a work in progress.
So anyway, don't repress it. So let it all out. So, anyway, okay. Thank y'all for watching. Much love to everybody, and I'll see y'all Friday evening. So I'll be doing the art show Friday evening, and y'all know y'all can join. You ain't got to do no art stuff or nothing or anything. So, but thank y'all for watching and listening and everything. So we'll see you. Good night.